Here's a little interesting thing that I'm finding on my EG4 batteries. I have 15 of these LifePower4 batteries, and they've been working pretty good. I had a few issues. I had 3 that were lagging behind the other 12 batteries in state of charge. They were about 25% off, and once the others got up pretty high on the charge, the Solar would quit charging, and those 3 batteries would still be in the 70% range. I talked to Signature Solar about that, and they helped me recalibrate the batteries, and those batteries are working now. They were batteries 1 and 7, or 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. That's the purple one. That's at 81%, and then 11, 9, 10, 11, which is this green one. It's at 80. So they're in the upper range now. But I have this one battery number 2, that has stayed at 63% charge for the last 3 or 4 days. I hadn't had time to come out here other than to look at this chart. This is off Solar Assistant. A very useful chart. I've turned the lights out here in my solar building so I could shoot this little video, because the LED lights were kind of causing this thing to kind of blink a little bit. You can't see with the eye, but the camera could see it. But you can see right there, it's not charging at all. It hasn't charged any, and it hasn't discharged any in the last 3 or 4 days. And like I said, I've been pretty busy, so I haven't had a chance to really work on it. I'm just gonna go back up here, get back. This is a cheap Android tablet that I bought from Walmart. It's not as fast as an iPad, but I plan on just leaving this out here. So I'm charging really, got a good charge rate going in, 14,000 watts. Heck, the battery is probably going to stop about 90%. That's what I've been finding. The Solar stops charging. It thinks it's at 100%, even though the Solar Assistant says overall it's at 90%, and it's just going to stop charging. And this is my solar power coming in, and in a couple hours, once this battery is brought up, it's going to be around 90% when it stops. This will just drop off. But I have tried, I'm going to turn these lights back on now. I've tried resetting this battery. That's the battery right there. This is address 1, but it's actually battery number 2 in the rack. So these are addresses. This is, and you have to add 1 to get the rack number. But you see this one, it's charging. See the little blinking light showing it's charging. This is battery number 2. It is not blinking. It's not charging. You can see 3 is charging. But I have turned it off and turned it back on. I've reset the BMS and turned it off and turned it back on, but it's still not charging. So I guess I'll be contacting Signature Solar here when I've got a little time to see if they can help me figure out what's wrong with that one. As you may recall, I did have a V2 battery in this slot that I was trying to get to communicate with my Solar, and it did. And it was also going to communicate with my LifePower4s, which it did mostly, but it would not communicate with address 0, and it would not communicate with address 1. And that was particular to this version 2 battery that has the 6-position dip switch. Now the tech support at Signature Solar told me it worked with the 4-position with the V2 that had the 4-position dip switch, but it was ignoring address 0 and address 1 when using the 6-position dip switch. Which, if you got a smaller bank, that's not a problem because you don't have to use those addresses. But with a larger bank like this, it takes one of your batteries completely out. So anyway, I got it boxed up. I'm going to be sending it back hopefully tomorrow. All right, I'll let you know what I found out about this battery. It's got, according to, let's just go back up here one more time, take a look at it on Solar Assistant. I'm gonna have to hook the, get my laptop out here and hook up to it. But let's see, battery 2, that's where I went too far. All right, that's it right there, because that it is on. I've only got 111 cycles through it. So, we'll see. We're gonna see. Now this battery pack right here shows 8 cycles, but it should have the same number as that because they're both the same age batteries. Well, I'll let you know. Other than that, though, this system's been working pretty good. I'm powering my whole home, and that's a 5-ton HVAC system, a 3-ton HVAC system, electric dryer, electric wash machine, electric range, electric cooktop, microwaves, electric hot water heater, water pump. I mean, my whole home, I've been powering from this, and even with the cloudy days, I have been off grid about 90% of the time. I think I was on grid for about 2 hours. The day before yesterday, we had several cloudy days in a row, and my wife was doing a lot of washing and drying during those days. So it swapped over to the grid for about 2 hours when the batteries went down one morning. But overall, it's been pretty good. I'll keep you posted on this battery and see what happens.